is good, YouTube? Quinn Wade Basketball Analysis coming to you with a quick video. I wanted to let you guys know I got some new merchandise available, not just t-shirt anymore. I got different type of t-shirt, different type of shirts and logos that you can purchase on my spread shirt, and also hoodies now. We have expanded and added more to the channel and more merchandise for the brand. Thanks for supporting. It will be in the description and the links will be in the comment section below. Thanks for helping me and supporting the movement. Quinn Wade Basketball Analysis. I'm going. What is good, YouTube? Quinn Wade Basketball Analysis coming to y'all with a quick video. We're going to do my top 8 prediction. And basically what I mean is the teams that have the opportunity to fight for the AFC in the Western Conference. And I'm going to predict who I think will end up locking it up after they play these last couple games. Now, as we know, the Memphis Grizzlies currently holds that spot, and they are a couple games up, almost 4 games up on the next team, which is the Portland Trail Blazers, which does, cause problems because you would probably think with the Blazers being mostly healthy as they missing Rodney Hood, that they are a better team than the Memphis Grizzlies, but people don't know or may do know that they have a tough schedule to get that AFC because it's not going to be easy. Now, when you get 2 games behind, you get to force the play-in game, and that's a situation where you got to beat the team twice to steal that 8th spot, and now you can obtain it and get it and then have a chance to be the first team possibly to play against the Lakers in the first round, or the Memphis Grizzlies have an opportunity where they only have to win 1 game, and then they can lock up that 8th spot, and then they will go against the Los Angeles Lakers in the first round. Now, it's tricky how the rules work. It's tricky how things going to go because coronavirus been taking out a lot of players. Plus, we've seen Trevor Ariza for the Portland Trail Blazers get a situation where he may not have tested positive, but he's not going to play, which made him a little weaker. Well, a lot more weaker because now they don't have a starting wing outside of Carmelo Anthony because Rodney Hood, like I said, is gone. But it can continue to occur as Corona is so easy to get and it's so easy to test for now. Like we don't see so many players have already contracted it, and that can take out teams during the COVID, and that don't even include injuries during this tournament that can take out teams. So the Memphis Grizzlies have a huge chance to lock up this AFC. And even though I don't think none of the teams going to be able to beat the Lakers, including the Pelicans, including the Suns and the Sacramento Kings and the Spurs because they miss LaMarcus Aldridge, it still is something that you want to compete for because that's the whole point of playing the game is that you don't know what's going to happen. So that's the part that keeps you watching. That's the part that you want to see. Can a team like Portland, who you can make a case for if they was healthy throughout the whole season, that they will already be in the top 8. You can say that about a lot of teams, even the Pelicans, who had a decent record. If they have Zion Williamson healthy majority of the season, will they even be fighting? Which we done seen Josh Hart say they'd be a 4 or 5 seed, which could possibly be true if they had Zion the whole season. But it also can be false. We won't know and never will because it didn't happen. But I definitely don't think the Pelicans are going to make it because I think their defense isn't good enough. I think they still was ironing out a lot of things. They literally give up so many baskets. They get up and down the court, but they offense isn't great enough to where you're going against a team like the Lakers and you're going against other teams in the West to try to lock up that spot, and you can't guard anybody. And Zion has become a positive impact, bringing excitement to the team. People want to watch him. People want to see him play. People even making it seem like this is the reason why this is happening. So Zion can be back on TV, which may be true because he is one of the biggest stars already. Already was a superstar coming into the NBA, and then he put up superstar type numbers, and it all became hype, and now we just want to see what he can do. And now he still does have an opportunity to get into the playoffs, which we thought would be done. But with this new play-in tournament, he does have a chance to still make it to the playoffs, and he can do it in his first season if they're able to get within 2 games. So I think the Pelicans have a decent chance just because they do have talent. They do have a lot of guys that are long. They do have a good scoring, good offense. But the thing to me that's holding them back is discipline, execution, and not being able to guard anybody. This team, you can get points very quickly, and if you push the ball, you can attack them because everybody doesn't get back, everybody doesn't communicate, and that causes a lot of defensive breakdowns and a lot of easy opportunities. Because every time I watch the Pelicans, I just seen them giving up so many easy baskets, and that's tough to do when you're going against talented teams that are most likely better than you or on the same level. But if you can't guard any of them, then that makes it even harder to win. So that's my biggest thing about the Pelicans. Next, the Blazers. I just feel like the Blazers are a team that probably has the highest chance, as they not that far already from the Memphis Grizzlies. Plus, we know what Dame can do. We know what CJ can do. We know that Nurkic is going to have to be brought back slowly because he hasn't played in the NBA game this whole season and a majority of last season, and he hasn't even played in the playoffs. So it's going to be interesting to see how they're going to use him, if they use him, and if he does play, what he can contribute to the team. Another thing is, what is Hassan Whiteside going to do? I just seen him practicing shooting threes. That's a good sight because that's what they need him to do. But also, that's, you don't want him to rely on a three because he's not a great 3-point shooter just yet. But he is a big body. He can crash the boards, even though he's not the greatest defender. Despite you looking at his block numbers, he does give up a lot of offensive rebounds. He does give up a lot of position. He does rotate and try to contest, but he's not the greatest rim protector. He does allow you to get other openings up because of the way he rotates and the way he switches, which puts you in a detriment sometimes. But other than that, this is a team that can score. This is a team that can steal games because they have guys like CJ, Carmelo, and Dame that can knock down big shots, and they all can shoot, which makes them a little tougher to guard. They're well coached with Terry Stotts, and they're, like I said, the best thing for them is that they're not that far already from the Grizzlies. But the hardest part about them isn't them in general. It isn't just a small forward spot, but they have a tough, tough schedule to be able to even get to that chance where they can compete for that spot in the play-in game. So the biggest thing for the Blazers is the schedule. The Sacramento Kings, their biggest problem is no continuity. This team has had a lot of injuries, has had a lot of guys miss time. They have a situation where they got off to a bad start, made it an okay start, then went back to being bad. They don't really know what they're going to get out of Luke Walton coaching. Can he really coach them enough so they can be a consistent team? Will chemistry, which is their biggest flaw, hurt them for being able to make the team? Make the tournament to be able to play against a team to be able to play in. I don't know if they can win enough games. I don't know if they can close games. I don't even know if they can steal games just because they have to make shots and they have to defend, but also they just a little sloppy. Their execution is sloppy. Their mentality has to be focused and locked in, and they have to go out there and play every game like it's their last if they want to be able to even come close to being able to challenge Memphis. But then they still have to win 2 games against Memphis, and I don't think they're all that much better than Memphis. If anything, they're on the same level. Now that Memphis should be a lot more healthier now since they done got that 4-month chance to heal up. So Memphis has some of the same problems as Sacramento. I just like Memphis better as a unit currently than I like Sacramento, just because Memphis know who they are. They have a play style, and they have other guys that are not scared. They're basically fearless, and they're ready to go at anybody. And I think that that's that confidence and that's that luster that the Sacramento Kings, in my personal opinion, lacks. Plus, I just don't feel like they can literally execute for 48 minutes on both ends of the court without having a bunch of problems and consistency issues. So other than that, that's my biggest knock on them. Phoenix, is basically impossible for them to make it just because they have to win so many games just to be able to get to play the Grizzlies for the play-in game. Plus, they still have to beat the Grizzlies twice to take their spot. The odds are just so heavy against them. Plus, they have had a team where they have been respectable. They have a star, all-star, and Devin Booker. DeAndre Ayton has played pretty good to be a sophomore. But with Kelly Oubre gone, they lose a big offensive piece. And on top of that, this team is just a mess as a team in general. They have so many problems. They have so many things that can help them lose. And then the fact that they already at a disadvantage, which they should be because they so far away in general from making it to the playoffs anyway, that is basically their record and their ability to have to. They're forced to go on a win streak just to have the opportunity of the other teams. The other team has a better, easier chance. The Phoenix Suns' chances are just so difficult that I just doubt that they can do the impossible because they struggled all year on both ends of the court. And they have struggled to even get buckets from time to time without forcing up shots, which means they're going to have to go against good teams throughout the whole 8 games. And I just don't think they can compete and win enough games consecutively to be able to do it just because they have been a bad team all year. I don't really see that changing, especially with Oubre being out for the rest of the season and a lot of they guys just not being able to score or being afraid to score like Ricky Rubio and Mikal Bridges. And I just don't see the dominance yet of Aiden Booker being enough at their age and at this point of their career to really be able to decisively win. And the San Antonio Spurs, their biggest problem is they lost LaMarcus Aldridge. They already been struggling on both ends of the court. They already been struggling to get buckets. They already been struggling to even close out games and not having their first or second best player at all when they need to win games and they have to win consecutively. That really just puts a big damper on their chances of making a big run to the NBA playoffs and being able to beat the Grizzlies. So I don't believe the Kings, the Suns, the Blazers, or even the Spurs can get it. What team do I believe will get it? I think the Grizzlies will hold on to that spot. Honestly, just because the odds of them losing, and even if they do get a team that like the Blazers that can play in, it's still tough for me to believe that they will ever do any damage. Because remember, that the Grizzlies only have to win one game to lock in that 8th seed, which is highly easy for them. Very, very easy. Because not only do you have to win enough games to force a play-in game, now you also can't lose one game to the Memphis Grizzlies, which is very tough just because they're more healthier now. Ja Morant is an all-star caliber player already. Plus, he put more muscle on. Plus, on top of that, I like the role players that they have. I like the veterans that they have. And they don't have that much pressure because they have to lose two. The other team has a lot of pressure because they can't lose one. And on top of that, the thing that makes it even tougher is this team is very up. They're not scared of anybody. They go at anybody, and they have a style of play where they can get up and down. They can defend. They have Brandon Clark. They have Jaren Jackson coming back. They also have, I believe, Justice Winslow's coming back. So this team not only could possibly be better, they can be even more interesting, and they can throw out different type of lineups. And they already have a coach that understands his personnel. He understands how to get them playing, how they need to be played, and that's why they're in the 8th seed already. Plus, like I said, they have margin for error, which is 2 games. The other team cannot make no mistakes. They cannot have no off game. They cannot have no bad defensive games because once they lose that one game, the Memphis Grizzlies lock up that spot and it's over. The only thing about the Grizzlies is with all these new pieces coming in, with all these new pieces trying to figure stuff out, plus being a little rusty, that just makes them in a situation where they can be beat and can be forced into a game. But how the rules are set up, it benefits the Grizzlies so much that I don't really see them making enough mistakes to lose this spot. I just don't see them how this whole format is going and the rules are going. It just benefits the Grizzlies so much more compared to all the other teams. The other team really got to fight for this spot. The Grizzlies, they just have to do enough. They can do just good enough, and that will be enough to lock up this 8th seed. And that's just how the rules are. And that's why I believe the Grizzlies will hold on to it, just because the rules and how they've been playing, and the fact that they're going to get healthier, and the fact that they are a team that's very confident, very feisty, and very gritty. And those are the teams that find a way to steal games. Those are teams that find a way to win them in general. And you just have to find that out every couple games. And you only have to win one play-in game, and you lock up the spot. And I think the Grizzlies are good enough to do that, which means they get the 8th seed. So that's my prediction. Check out my website, analysisplayground.com. Link in the description conversation below. Check out my Facebook page, analysisplayground.com. Link in the description conversation below. Like on Facebook to show support. Like this video to show support. If you already liked the video, thanks for the love and support. If not, like and share. It helps the channel grow. I do make discussions just like this every single day. So if you love videos like this, I also make breakdowns of players, rookies, summer league, and legends, which is called Tribute. So check out my older videos. Like I said in the beginning of the video, buy merchandise on my Facebook page or on my website. Also, if you do like playoff predictions, season previews, and trade deadline free agency talk, this is the channel for you. So subscribe and become part of the family. Other than that, Quinn Wade, basketball analysis, I'm gone. And let me know who you think going to win the 8th seed. Let me know, do you think the Grizzlies going to win it? Another team going to win it? Did I sleep on somebody? Did I overrate somebody? Or do you think I got it right? Whatever you feel, leave it in the comment section below, as I do read every comment, even though I might not respond. I'm gone.